around Australia. Welcome to Bellerive Oval in Hobart. This is game 3 in the VB Triangular Series. It's a top-of-the-table clash. It doesn't involve Australia, it's South Africa and New Zealand. The reason for that is the Australians have been knocked off twice in the 2 games they've played, each time at the MCG. Now, the points table in this VB Series at the moment, they're 4 points for a win each match they play this year, and there's a bonus point as well. New Zealand 4, South Africa 4, Australia played 2, and not a point to boast of. Out in the centre of the ground now with news of the conditions and of the pitch, here's Tony Gregg.
Thank you, Richie. Well, it's really a lovely day, and the sun's been out since very early this morning. Whether it stays that way or not, time will be the judge. Nice and cool as well. Lovely day for cricket. The pitch, the roller has been at it this morning. I think the groundsman perhaps felt he wanted to bring some of the moisture up to the surface, and with the sun, of course, it then dries out. So just let's have a look to see what we've got in terms of moisture. Give it the key treatment. It goes in quite easy, so I suspect that white ball with a raised seam might just move around a little bit off the seam early on, and then as the pitch dries out, there'll be a bit in it for the spinners, and it'll probably get a little bit easier in the middle of the day. The clippings have been rolled into the surface, there's no doubt about that. There's been a little bit of criticism in the press just lately by 1 or 2 of the Tasmanian players about this end, but I'm not too sure that it looks too bad to me. Typical looking Bellerive wicket, and well, normally here it plays pretty well. We've seen some very good games of cricket on this ground. What do you do if you win the toss? Well, I don't really think it matters, and that being the case, I think that's good news. So let's now go over to Ian Chappell, who's with the captains.
Hanneman, you ready to roll? Okie doke.
Heads. Yes, it is. Okay, good thing. We'll have a backflip.
Finally won one, eh?
Yeah, finally that head has come up on the coin, so
Yeah.
it's great.
And pitch looks pretty good.
Yeah, they've played the game on here already, so it is a used wicket, so we'll try and get first use of it. Looks like it should play really nicely, but at the end of the day, one-day cricket, it's all about getting the runs on the board and making the pressure from there.
Jark, no good?
No, Jacques, we've decided against playing him. If it was a final or something, he probably could have got through it, but rather with the rest of the series still to come, we decided to rest him. So Buta Dipner comes in, and then Justin Kemp's in place of Nicky Boyer.
Good luck then.
Thanks a lot.
Looks a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, very good pitch. There was reports that it seemed around a little bit in the last game, so it might be a little bit this morning.
Yeah. And good performance against Australia. Must have been pleased with that.
Yeah, I was pleased with the way the guys stuck at it. There were a couple of times during the match that we were almost dead and buried, and to come back a couple of times against good opposition is important to belief, and that's important in one-day cricket.
Pretty important game, this one. You can get a 2-game break on Australia.
Yeah, very important. We haven't performed that well against South Africa in recent times, so very determined to do well today.
Good luck then.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Well, there we are. Sean Pollock has won the toss on a nice sunny day here in Hobart. He's decided to bat.
The 2 teams for today's game, South Africa, Herschel Gibbs and Gary Kirsten to go in first, and then Buta Dipner, Neil McKenzie, Jonty Rhodes, Lance Klusner, Mark Boucher, Sean Pollock, the skipper, who's done part of the job winning the toss. Justin Kemp is in the side, Mackay Rantini, who I thought bowled very well and did an excellent job for South Africa on the game at MCG on Sunday. Alan Donald, Justin Ontong is the 12th man for the South Africans. Now New Zealand, they came up and defeated Australia in the first game. Mark Richardson, Lou Vincent, they're the opening pair today. Stephen Fleming, Craig McMillan, Chris Cairns, Chris Harris. It's a good side. Chris Harris, the player of the match there. He made 63 not out and bowled very well. Scott Styrus, Adam Perore, Daniel Vittori, James Franklin, who made quite an interesting debut, left-arm pace bowler, and Shane Bond with Andre Adams, the 12th man. No Jacques Kallis in this match. He failed a fitness test this morning. And this is game 3 coming up now. No Australians out in the centre. We've got a couple in the commentary box at the moment. Bill Laurie's there, and with him is Ian again.
Thank you, Richie. Beautiful morning. Very important match. Welcome to Adelaide viewers to Bellerive Oval. Sean Pollock has won the toss, selected to bat here at Bellerive. Top of the table clash. And Gary Kirsten, the experienced opener, along with Herschel Gibbs. Very important start for them. There'll be a bit of moisture in this pitch early on. Some movement off the seam for Cairns and the Bond and Franklin. Herschel Gibbs at the other end in good form, good strike rate. So a very interesting match here at Bellerive. Shane Bond to be quite sharp. And good morning, Ian Healy.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning to everyone. Shane Bond in his second match. Three wickets in his first. First being Mark Waugh, the Australian opening batsman. He hits Herschel Gibbs in the ribs first up.
Cracking shot, third man, will not get it. Elevated square cut, right off the mid of the bat.
Too shrewd, Gary Kirsten. Play and miss at one. Get the bowler to get out there more often. And he just got it wrong. Short and a little too wide. And then Kirsten. Very prepared for the cut shot.
She hit that well. Not a lot of movement with the feet, just rocked back and placed it beautifully. Crowd building up at Belrive Oval for this important clash. It's nicely played by Herschel Gibbs. He plays the pull shot beautifully, hitting the ball down. It was a short delivery, controlled shot.
James Franklin can't afford to be this short. He's got such an easy action and good momentum to the crease, but he hasn't got the pace to go with that delivery. If he's going to bowl that short, it needs to get up head high and have Herschel Gibbs hooking from high, helmet height, not hip height. Too easy. Top shot.
It's beautifully bowled. Just shaped it away from the left-handed, drew him into the drive. It was a perfect length. Didn't find the outside edge.
This is probably the one area he's not in good touch. Just not quite working that one out yet. Kiwi's been making him drive down the ground where he's not as comfortable as driving through the covers.
Two full and two straight this time. He puts it away. It was swinging onto the leg stump. Kirsten waited. 7 off the over. It's none for 23.
Yes, good morning to Ian Smith.
Yes, good morning, Ian. New Zealand tight conditions, these. Certainly in terms of the overhead conditions.
Just wide of the man at backward point, Chris Harris.
The pitch too is certainly it's not as quick as the one that the Kiwi boys struck at the MCG. A little bit more New Zealand-like in terms of its pace. So they're enjoying their time here. They played pretty well in the test match here in Hobart. South Africa's first real visit here this time around. So this is like a home game. Stephen Fleming tossed the coin as if he was the home captain.
That's a good shot. Wasn't that short, but Gibbs very quickly into position.
Bowled so well for the first 6 overs, the New Zealanders. Now the boundaries are just starting to come a little bit more frequently. South Africa have adjusted to the slower nature of the pitch too.
Oh, that's an excellent shot. That's the second one that Kirsten has whipped through there.
Yeah, it's a good shot, all right, but all the boundaries are coming square of the wicket. There's no driving down the ground. They haven't been able to do that. So now they're looking to flick it square or use any width that is available to them. Beautiful piece of timing. He's trying for a full delivery, angling back into the left-hander, angled into the middle of the bat.
Stephen Fleming talked about belief. Well, he's got a lot of faith in this man, Vittori. Well, that's well bowled. And he uses Vittori well. I get the feeling with the South Africans, they're much more comfortable using their quickies than their spinners.
Which suggests to me that the captain is unsure in terms of field placings, in terms of making a spinner an integral part of your frontline bowling attack, not just a backup bowler who's going to bowl 5 or 6 for you as a bonus. He believes Vittori will bowl 10 when he picks him in the side.
Millen can't get a hand on that one. That's well timed. It's raced away to the boundary. It's none for 38. Franklin to continue. He's at the Church Road end. There's more runs coming straight down the ground. It's the first 3 of the morning. And misfielded. Bad piece of fielding there at mid-on. Bond just sort of waving to the bowler and apologising.
There's no excuse for the fielding. It was the slower delivery. It's asking that Gibbs plays the ball out in front of his body, hits it in the air. That's what you look for. See the seam coming down in a different fashion. The ball, and I think it deceived him. He was looking to hit that through the offside. He wouldn't have dreamed when he made contact that he was going to get 3 through mid-on, and I mean through mid-on. Literally straight through him. Poor fielding.
That's an excellent shot. Hit very hard.
Don't have to be too wide, do you, for Gary Kirsten to get interested in flailing square of the wicket. Short, but boy, he made up his mind off the front foot, basically. To cut. Look at the front foot go down the wicket, then the back foot comes round, and it's very quick foot movement that gets him into position to do that.
Stephen Fleming has come out of the first slip position now. And he's in the gully. He's very close in the gully. This is where I think sometimes it's having these rules or playing conditions where the fieldsman's got to be in that close. I think he's in danger there. If Kirsten hits one like he hit that last cut, that's a good shot. Kirsten is really picking up the pace here. Yeah, the man in the gully, ball hit like that, he's in danger. And he's certainly not going to be in a catching position because he's too close.
Did a game in New Zealand just the other day, and you're dead right. We highlighted this point. Now, what it means to me, or what it suggests to me, is that the umpires, from time to time, haven't got a grasp of the game. Now that you should never be in danger on a cricket field, and that is a dangerous fielding position if you're forced to stand that close. Now, gully, as in the case with slips, they are traditional cricket positions. Depend on the pace of the ball. And a misfield. And I don't think you're cheating or cribbing or going against the values in the game by taking 2 or 3 paces back for a safety reason. And when umpires enforce that, I think they're sort of showing their lack of knowledge, the common sense in the game.
Yeah, the ludicrous part is you'll have a fielder in supposedly a leg gully for a spin bowler back at 15 metres, and everybody in the ground knows that it's not really a catching position, it's run saving. Oh, lovely placement there from Kirsten. He's really hot at the moment. It's none for 71.
Stephen Fleming now knows he's, I think, got to make a bowling change at Franklin's end, and he also knows that he's in a contest and looking likely to be a fairly big run chase.
Victoria is starting to loosen up. Slower ball, and Gibbs has picked the gap. Very close to Fleming, but not close enough for the New Zealanders.
Here's another case of being at short cover. He's there for the slower ball on the basis that Gibbs will just use the bottom hand and play out in front of the body, which I think he did. But he had the confidence to go through with the shot. And once he did that, unless he hit it straight at Fleming, he was safe. Cairns thought he was half a chance.
And Stephen Fleming, looking for a wicket, has called on his spinner. He used to play that little paddle sweep, Herschel Gibbs.
Yeah, this is a very clever cricket shot because it's not too expensive. The thing that helped him there was nice and full. He was able to get to the pitch of the ball very easily and, in fact, try and hit it on the full.
And he's gone. Stephen Fleming at backward point. Well, the bowling change has worked once again.
This is turned and this is bounced, and this would make Sean Pollock a little angry with his decision to leave his spinner out, or his lack of faith in a spinner. I think Vettori's 10-over spell could be very interesting. This is bounced, straightened, can't control the shot. Gibbs goes. New Zealand have a breakthrough, and they're delighted at last. It's 1 for 82.
Walter Deepanar coming in at 3. He replaces Jack Callis, who's out injured. The other change in the South African side, Justin Kemp, has come into the side to replace their spinner, Nicky Boyer, which may prove to be a vital move because there was a lot of bounce there for Daniel Vettori.
Just drifted the ball in fractionally, just cramped him for room, and there's the bounce that Ian Smith was talking about. And a simple catch to Stephen Fleming, so a good start for Vettori.
That one over the top. It might not go to the fence, or will it just make it, I think? As it's gone to the boundary, all right. 1 for 97, 20 overs have been bowled, and it's a lovely place. Hobart started out with lovely clear skies this morning. A nice cool day down here, and this ground improving every single day. Lovely new stand. That's well played. That's a lovely drive. There's an example of good use of the feet, and will he stop it? That's good fielding as well. Only one fumble by New Zealand today, and the throw is a beauty, right alongside the bowls. Cairns doing his stuff well in the outfield.
Well, good cricket all round here. First, it was a very good shot from Deepanar. Used his feet well. Got to the pitch of the ball. Great piece of fielding down the boundary by Cairns. The dive, he keeps away from the rope. Doesn't have the ball in his hand when he slides over the rope, so that's fine. A good throw, but also good running between the batsmen. Still picked up 3.
Kirsten looking for 1 for his 50, and he's got it. So Gary Kirsten has reached the half-century milestone. 5 fours in this inning so far. It's very important from South Africa's point of view that Kirsten plays well.
So Gary Kirsten, like Deepanar at the other end, found his form in that Sydney Test match. 150 in the second innings of that Sydney Test. He looked in good form the other night too in his first one-day game. He's continuing on today.
That's well played too. That's a beautiful shot. That's running away. That'll test them as well. I think this one's going to go. Lovely timing as well from Walter Deepanar. Very well played.
We saw quite a bit of this in his, well, sometimes brief stays at the crease in the Test matches. He's a very good hitter of the loose ball. That's not that loose either, just a flick of the wrist, a punch through mid-wicket. Placement is excellent. Just beats the man at mid-wicket, and the timing.
It's beautifully played. It wasn't all that bad a ball. But footwork and positioning was the key there.
For the sake of one step by Adam Perore, South Africa have got another 4. He was slow to take an initial step to cut off the single last delivery. That gets the right-hander up on strike. That makes Dan Vettori change his lines and lengths.
Just out of the reach of the man behind square. Well, eventually recovered it, but the fielder himself is in trouble. Might have fallen on the ball. not getting much sympathy from his captain. This is the initial movement. Yep, he's fallen on it. So he's got a hand on the rope. Fleming has come in, and his strides are a bit twisted and turned. Got to go and get it. People out in the field there in the black shirts looking around at one another. Deep mid-wicket had to do the job.
Well, he's the perfect pace for Gary Kirsten, Scott Styris. He's coming down. He can walk if he wants across his stumps or stay straight. The ball's coming onto the bat nicely. Straight swing through. Now Scott Styris has to either really change his pace up, get his field placings appropriate for where Gary Kirsten's looking to get him, or bowl Yorkers.
It's becoming a very nice ground. There's been a lot of terrific work done here.
Gary Kirsten spotted that Richie Beno gap. It's one for 147.
It looked as though, first of all, it moved back off the seam. Thought for a moment it might have got the inside edge, but might also have bounced fractionally in front of Perori.
Very big inside edge. It's hit the glove on the full, I think. Very difficult catch. He had to change direction, get down low, just missed the off stump, hits the glove, doesn't stick. And now Gary Kirsten gets another opportunity to play down the ground. Little special things this morning haven't been done by New Zealand.
It's been just a touch of sloppy work. It's not a question of not working hard enough, but perhaps just trying a bit too hard, in the knowledge that if they get the 4 points today, they go 8 ahead of Australia.
Cuts, he asked for LBW. We'll wait and see the call from Steve Davis. He's saying it's off the bat. Well, what was the appeal for?
Yes. Whether it hit the pad on the way through to hitting the bat or the glove. Interesting, but both the keeper and bowler are appealing. What did it hit first? Pad flat. Then it went on to bat. Probably the height was the factor. He did crouch down a bit as he played the shot, Dippenaar. It certainly hits the top of the pad flat first. Interesting.
Talking a lot with his bowlers, changing the field. Swinging the man around finer at square leg, the mid-wicket coming almost behind the umpire, very deep. So 2 men on the onside for Bond. There's a chance. He moved the field. He moved it the wrong way, did he? Oh, he's got it. What a catch. What a change that could make for the match. He actually moved him squarer from him. He hooked it fine. And that is a very, very good catch.
Craig McMillan. I thought he might have some impact on the game later in the day with the bat, but this is a great outfield catch. He has to make a lot of ground. First he has to weigh up how fine it's gone and how far it's gone. Can I catch it? And then about 6 inches is off the ground. He pulls in one of the best you'll see. You see better than that this summer, you'll have a treat. Good. Dippenaar has gone for 37, 2 for 157.
Jonty Rhodes is at the non-striker's end. Dippenaar's out for 37. Another a single to Kirsten, but really that wicket goes to Bond on the scoreboard, but it was McMillan's catch. He made that into a very, very good catch. He was moved square by the captain. Fleming took his time, he dropped in short, he just helped it on its way. He wasn't quite in line there, the top edge. That is a very, very good catch, under pressure.
Crying out for some brilliance, the New Zealanders. We've been crying out for brilliance up here for them to get back in the match. Will that be it? Will that turn it?
And wonderful camera work, as always, by our camera crew. 2 for 158, the 33rd over. A little edge from Johnny Rhodes. It could go for 4. So a little bit of luck for both South African.
They are having a lot of luck today. Stephen Fleming has put someone in there. Not close enough. 2 for 162.
He's always busy, Johnny Rhodes. He'll run hard. It's very interesting to watch Johnny Rhodes' method when he gets to the umpire's end. Watch how he grounds the bat. A lot of players run and put it in. He just sort of sweeps it across the ground in one motion and he's back very, very quickly. Here he comes. Little sweep around, just touches the ground and turns quickly. Full pitch, he finds a gap, that'll be 4. Time going for the Yorker. Far too full, well played.
Well, it's a poor piece of bowling, good piece of batting, because if you get these opportunities, even if it is very early on in your innings, it's only the 8th delivery that he has faced, you've got to put them away. Man at mid-on is up, and he's up quite close, about level with the stumps.
Gary Kirsten's been there for 35 overs. We'll need to try and bat out the 50 here. He's on 83. Rhodes 11 off 9. Looking for 2. Back he comes. That's the difference. They picked out McMillan. That's very good running. Good early call from Kirsten. And Johnny Rhodes responded. The pressure going to be on New Zealand now, running between the wickets.
Well, the call is good, but I don't think the call would have been the same if Dippenaar had still been there. It's all based around Rhodes.
Leading edge, he's gone straight to cover. Trying to work it on the onside, so Cairns breaks through. Big wicket.
It is a big, big wicket. We've obviously talked about their plans from here on in at the drinks break, the New Zealanders, and a lot of those plans revolve around Chris Cairns, the vice-captain. Now this is a big wicket. Rhodes is a player in form. He's the kind of player that can really run at you and take a game out of your grasp, and he's gone. He won't have any more impact in the batting side of things, Johnny Rhodes. Chips it up to Chris Harris. He's on his way back. For 13, it's 3 for 178.
Oh, absolutely stone cold here. Gary Kirsten is the one who's run out. Well, there's a big call of no from Gary Kirsten. Unfortunately, his partner Neil McKenzie heard it too late and kept coming. And in the end, Gary Kirsten sacrificed himself on 97.
Chris Harris kept his head. He saw that once there'd been a real mix-up, there was no point in firing at the stumps. He just got into a foot race with Kirsten and beat him easily. Kirsten is gone for 97. It's 4 for 194.
Yep, 1 leg. Lance Klusener is the man coming in at number 6. I felt he should have come in at number 5. Look at those figures. That's why. Average is 43. Has some hundreds in one-day cricket. A strike rate of nearly 92. He is a boundary hitter. I get the feeling this run out of Gary Kirsten was caused because they weren't hitting boundaries. They got themselves bogged down. Run rate's just starting to slip back down to 4.75, and then have confusion. Gary Kirsten went originally a couple of steps. Mackenzie saw that. He kept coming, but then there was a big call of no. The call was too late. Chris Harris did the rest.
Unlucky for him, he's thought. So in the end, he just sacrificed himself.
Half a chance here as well. Well, I think a direct hit from Stephen Fleming, and Lance Klusener wouldn't have scored. He was very late in moving there, Lance Klusener. There probably was a single there. It went to Fleming's left, but there was a definite opportunity for the New Zealand captain.
Well, he's had some leg problems, Klusener, ankle and knee problems from his days of doing a lot of bowling. He's not the quickest man around at the moment, or these days. He really was struggling there.
He's got that in the gap. Neil Mackenzie charged. It was a full toss. He found the gap.
That was a much-needed boundary for South Africa. Most of the runs have been coming in singles of late, almost as though it has been a planned move. There haven't really been any serious attempts to hit boundaries. But that was a gift. Change of pace from Chris Cairns.
Well, that's a good shot. That's a brilliant piece of improvisation. He just brought the fine leg up and pushed the mid-on back. And Neil Mackenzie flicked it down there. Brilliant shot. It brings up the 200.
Well, Mackenzie, as he walked back after that ball crossed the rope, just had a bit of a glance at Chris Cairns as he walked past him. He certainly advanced there, probably to decrease his chances of being out LBW, knowing that he was going to take it, maybe take it off the stumps. Really just jogged down there, and now you see him, he walks back.
And he's got it over the man this time. Well, that's every bit as good as the last one. Once again, he's targeted that fine leg area. The first time he used a nice horizontal or a nice vertical bat to flick it down there. This time he used the little lap sweep.
Maybe that's what the glance was all about. If you think that was a fluke, have a look at the next one. Just got the elevation to clear fine leg.
Big shout. Looked like there might have been a little inside edge on that. Thought I heard a couple of noises.
That one was the quicker delivery. Probably going straight on.
And that will be out. Good catch. Stephen Fleming's the man on the edge of the circle at mid-on. I thought just for a moment it might clear him or be just to his right. Fleming picked it up and moved well.
He's got a very good pair of hands. Stephen Fleming spends most of his time at first slip. On that occasion, the only query was whether he could move quickly enough to get away to his right. Once he got his hands there was never any doubt. Very safe pair of hands. So a good wicket there for New Zealand. James Franklin gets the breakthrough. It's 5 for 215.
South African vice-captain Mark Boucher is the new batsman. Try and work the ones to get Klusener on strike. But once again, the bowling change has worked for New Zealand. James Franklin's first over back. Neil Mackenzie doing the right thing. He's trying to look for the boundary. The man was up inside the circle at mid-on. Just didn't quite get enough on it. Probably would have gone to the boundary, and he got it about 2 or 3 metres further to Stephen Fleming's right.
A bit of batting to come in so much as Pollock and Kemp, both capable of hitting it. And of course, Klusener's out there at the moment. He's a big hitter when he gets going. Yes, oh, he's not going to get going today. Clean bowled. Well, he certainly hasn't looked at any stage as if he was going to reproduce some of the form that we know he's capable of. That's a big wicket, actually, because this is the sort of situation where he can really have some fun. Has the delivery again, good bowling.
Once again, it's the ball coming in from outside his off stump. That one was so full that it didn't have time to turn, but that's the method they're using at the moment. Shane Warne has done him, and now Daniel Vettori. Klusener gone, 6 for 278.
Oh, this could be close, and that looks to me to be run out. The South Africans are messing this up big time. Sean Pollock has come to the crease. He's gone for a single and has got run out. First ball. Well,
now it's clever work by Vettori. He's let it go, even though he wasn't in position behind the stumps. Well, Pollock's going. Red light's on.
South Africa, having started so well, are messing this up. Justin Kemp is the new batsman. And he's out there with Mark Boucher, who's on strike at the moment. But they won't see him today. That's well bowled. And asking the question, I think he thought he scooped it up. And the umpire there saying bump ball. It was an interesting one, though. It was a strange shot because his bat came across it almost as if he was slicing it.
I thought it might have been leading edge. Full toss. No wonder Cairns was shouting and yelling and saying goodbye. Yep, twisted the bat in his hand. Full toss.
He's hit that one, and that's going to go for 4. This is rubbing salt into the wound. Yes, he gets him caught and bowled, and then he slogs him for 4.
Be careful, Chris. Match referee's eyes are fixed upon you at this moment.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. Scoops it up, caught and bowled. Oh, he's gone for it, he's hit that one. It's going way over. It's gone over the top at mid-wicket. That's what they need, a few sixes. Boucher has really got onto that one. He's heaved it away down towards mid-wicket, and it's gone all the way.
One thing you can guarantee is that no batsman will hit a 6 from a Yorker. Something short of a length that allows them to free their arms and smash it away onto the onside.
Oh, he's hit that one too. Fetch it, Bob the Builder again. Oh, it's hit the umbrella down there. He's got him ducking and diving at mid-wicket. That did not have come back off the window down onto the umbrella. That's a big hit. Not good bowling though.
Well, try again. The Yorker can't be hit for 6. This is what happened. Full toss. Cairns. There we are, we've got him.
That one's down the ground as well, so Boucher will come back for the second, and this should be it. And that's it. The innings has come to an end. 19 runs off that last over. That'll make a big difference, could make a big difference at the end of the day. So there we are, the South African scorecard. Good start. Gibbs, Kirsten and Dippenaar really did do their stuff. And then the middle order collapsed. Wickets just kept falling. Silly run out there with Pollock getting out for naught. 257 now registered. And as far as the bowling's concerned, well, they were a little expensive early on. But Dory came on and he bowled beautifully. 10 overs, 2 for 37. And really, he did make the difference there. Put a bit of pressure on the batsmen. And that slowed them up a little bit, and they started to do silly things.
That's an excellent shot. Well timed.
His first 3 overs went for 27 against Australia. Now Mark Richardson gets a short one slanted across him, and already Alan Donald's going to change the angle and go around the wicket. This is what he was doing to the right-handers, to Ponting, sliding down the leg side, and he was taxing him off his pads. Mark Richardson gets a cut shot, which I think is his natural angle to play, through that big gap left for him by Sean Pollock.
Once again, he finds that gap. Not quite the same timing on that occasion. New Zealand none for 10 after 2.
It's really turned cool here in Hobart. It's been choppy most of the day out there with that light mist. I'd imagine that's perfect sailing conditions, if not a little light. For the people at the ground, it has turned cool, even down at ground level. Nice if you've got company. Some very organised patrons.
Well, that could be caught. And another one falls at third man. So South Africa got their first wicket the other night against Australia with a catch at third man. It's happened again. Klusener at third man, and Richardson is gone.
Michael Bevan's also been caught at third man in this series so far. Short and wide. Didn't come into him like the angle Donald had been producing. It went away, the cut shot. Attempted through the big gap left for him, but gets the top edge, and it carries way down to Lance Klusener. It's 1 for 10.
Stephen Fleming, the number 3 for New Zealand, needs a decent score here. They're chasing quite a sizable target, 258 for victory. Well, that's worth a shout. Might have just been going down.
He's going wide on the crease. We've talked about that. So that creates angle into the stumps. It's got to hit him basically on the line of off stump if they're going to be serious about an appeal. Fleming not forward at all, but hitting him probably high and in front of middle and leg. That angle would take it further on past leg stump.
That's a good shot. Very quickly onto that pull shot.
Right, well, what sort of an effect will that ball? It's in the region he was looking for. Not a great deal of footwork needed. Just stood and played a good pull shot. Will that trigger him into some control in his defence, his placement, start ticking the strike over?
Oh, excellent shot. Straight over the top of the square leg fielder, but like a rocket.
What makes this shot even better was I don't think the ball bounced as much as Alan Donald had been bouncing them in the past. The angle, he tried to straighten it out so that Stephen Fleming would try the shot, not give him the angle that he did the last time he was on strike, bounce it higher and get the top edge, but Fleming was up to it. That's magnificent.
Well, again, that pull shot, that's a very good shot. Just a bit of bottom hand. 10 runs off that over. New Zealand 1 for 24. Third man into the action again. Lance Klusener. They should be looking for 2 with Klusener. He's not that quick these days.
Doesn't even look as if he wants to be quick either, does he? Just having a stroll out there. It was a good shot by Fleming. Donald getting the length a little bit wrong, not too badly wrong. Fleming flipped the cut shot this time, not the hook shot, and then the relay from Rhodes, no chance.
Quite off the middle of the bat. Need a splice somewhere. Zealand 1 for 32.
This time he gets it down 3 mid on. Vincent not quite off the middle of the bat. He should run 3. Martini the chaser. He's quick. Let's break the shackles for Louis Vincent. Good crowd in here at Bellerive. Good support for New Zealand and South Africa. And they're seeing a good contest. Good pitch. High scoring game. Oh, French cut. That's the best result. That'll be 4. The inside draw shot there, he jumped. It was a good ball from Martini, caught him out. That inside edge, missed the stumps.
Stephen Fleming seemed to be defeated by the pace here. Very late on this shot. Like he was going to run it down to about third man. In the end, he was extremely fortunate. Just didn't go back onto his stumps. Definitely beaten for pace.
Three men on the onside. Over the top. Gets away. That's 4. Good shot. Just a bit too much width.
So I think Stephen Fleming's awake to the fact they need some boundaries. Things are going all right. Stephen Fleming will be well aware that they can't afford to get too far behind the 8 ball. This is very similar to the previous delivery. It was wide, wasn't quite a half volley, and let the last one go. This time he's had a sider, and he says, I'm having that one.
This time he gets through on the ground. Look at that chase. Very quick. Across the field, Herschel Gibbs. Good over for New Zealand.
Just a little bit too wide at the moment, Justin Kemp. He wants Fleming to play through the offside like this. He's just bowling a little bit too wide.
It's through. Well, it was a half a shout for catch, but it won't matter. They'll go to the rope. That's a big over for New Zealand. 12 off the over. It's 1 for 63.
Just to have a look at these fielders on the right of your screen here. These are the guys I'm talking about here. These boys just see how close they're starting to get in. Look at that, right in close.
Yes, and that, of course, affords the opportunity. If they get too close, you can flick it over the top of their heads, or as they get closer, if you manage to get one past them, you have to be hitting it too accurately into the gaps. They come charging in. You've just got to hit nice and firmly to the left and right, and it's 4. Although they've got a sweeper back there as well. Short delivery, and it's pulled away. 1 bounce for 4. That's a bad ball. 7 runs off that over as well, so 17 off 2 overs now from Kemp. That's 1 for 71. Well, there we are. 187 to get now. The required run rate 5.5. So with only 1 wicket down, New Zealand are on target.
Well, it's a very good shot from Stephen Fleming. They will probably try and target Kemp because of his lack of experience. Done the hard part by really withstanding the new ball onslaught from Donald and Pollock. And bank on losing 1 wicket in the first 14 or 15, providing you're getting runs in the process. They've done that. If they can keep that run rate required down below 6 until the last 10 or so overs, got wickets in hand, they should feel confident. It's a good pitch, it's a fast outfield.
That's out, he's caught him. That's out, caught slip. Pollock takes the catch. Martini has looked dangerous. I think he enjoys playing against these Kiwis.
Well, this is a bit of a nothing shot from Lou Vincent. All he does really is just go half at the ball and then try and work it down to third man for a single. That's all he would have got. Straight into the hands of Sean Pollock. Simple catch. New Zealand lose their second. Vincent goes just when he didn't need to. It's 22 for 71.
Deeney continuing, and the new batsman is Craig McMillan. He's arrived and he's out there because of, well, a pretty good delivery, really. I know he played at the slightly wideish ball, and Deeney wide on the crease.
Well, it's pretty good captaincy too from Sean Pollock. We're now in the 17th over. He didn't have to have a slip because New Zealand were just starting to pick up the run rate, but he thought, and Teeney's bowling well enough, shall I give him a bit of support just for a little longer? And it worked.
Oh, what a delivery. What a delivery. Every now and again, Teeney's letting it go. That went past the nose of McMillan. He's smiling, but I've got to tell you, it's a nervous smile.
Wow, this is very, very quick indeed. And it followed him. A little smell of the leather as it went past there, Craig McMillan. That was a beauty. Oh, boy. And look at Boucher. It's now in the past.
Well, that's in the air. Oh, that's lucky. That's very lucky. That was just wide of Pollock. He didn't play that one very well. Looking for the single, I think, to get down the other end to look after his partner. 2 for 77. So the crowd getting some good entertainment here today. This has been a good match so far, and it looks like being a close one at the moment. 2 for 77. Deeney starting his 4th over. He's got 1 for 10 and has looked easily the most dangerous of the South African bowlers. He's bowled some beautiful deliveries. He's now bowling to Fleming. Oh, and he's beaten the bat again.
He's beating everybody for pace. Looks to be the quickest bowler on show by a long way here. Now, this is what a good decision this was. Nothing there till it hits the jersey or the shirt of Craig McMillan well after it's gone past the bat. But we've got to remember from Steve Davis's point of view, he doesn't get that much time. He has to weigh that up very quickly. He'd have heard a noise. He'd have certainly had pressure from the appeal. But that was a very good umpiring decision.
Well, that's in the air, and it's in safe ground. Oh, he's causing some problems out there. And Ian Smith has, well, ever since we had a little incident here on a caught and bowl, he's been calling for the replay to have a look at it. We want to have another look at that caught and bowl, which actually could be the difference at the end of this match. In the air, and again mishit and into the gap. So that's the sort of pressure that's been building. It's going all the way to the boundary as well. Okay, well, just a little bit of a break there, but at the end of the day, that's what happens in these matches. He hit through it, he hit hard, and it went into the gap, luckily for him.
Yes, mid-off and mid-on are up. So that was what he was working on, that theory there up inside the circle. And even Donald's very quick chase there couldn't cut it off.
Steered away nicely for another one. Yes, when you look at it, it's Pollock. You're talking about a slightly different Pollock on this tour so far. He's not swung it too much, although 6 overs for only 16 runs, not too bad. Donald, he's starting to come back in pace now. He's not the white lightning that we used to know. He's gone for 4, nearly 5 overs and over, 5 runs and over. And Teeney's been superb. Oh, he's hit that one in the air. This is going high up, and it's going to fall. Is it going to? No, it's going to be caught. This could be caught. It's going to be. Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. Dropped it. That is a very important miss. When there's pressure on like that, you'd expect the Kirstens of this world to take those sorts of catches. Well, he got underneath it, but it was almost straight up, coming straight down on him. Let's have another look.
I'm not sure he believed initially he was going to get to it, and then when he did, he thought, I've got so much time. I can't believe it. He cannot believe that I've finally got to this. Now I've got so much time to weigh it up. We'll readdress that for sure. As Gary Kirsten reflects on it, it's 2 for 85.
Yes, well, that's a huge blow. He got there right, didn't he? Got it covered and straight through his hands. Oh. Once again, a quick delivery, but that one all the way along the ground. Nicely played. Oh, the throws all over them. There's overthrows. It's going to go for 4. And that'll bring up his half century. Well, the throw way over the top of Goucher's head was Kemp down there. He's obviously got a strong arm.
This is Intini being unlucky once more. Oh, it's a huge throw. It's miles above the target. But where's the backing up? That's Rhodes. Goodness me, and who's that? Couldn't be Gibbs as well. Couldn't be the 2 hot shots that let that one go past. Luck in the over again. This time round, Fleming has it. McMillan in the previous over.
Well, the drop chance a little while ago will make a difference, but it was a steepler. Went way, way, way up in the air. Not the one you want. Did pretty well to get himself into position, but he had to wait such a time for it. Gary Kirsten it was.
Now, Tini's bowling so well. His captain's just got 3 on the leg side, the left-hander in, and 3 hustling singles on the offside, and he's nearly used one of them. There's no sweeper on out in the covers. Short ball, and watch if we can see all the 3 fieldsmen. There's a slip so far. There's 1, and the other 2 don't come into play, but there are 1 either side of Jonty Rhodes. Through first slip. That's the safest zone in one-day cricket. When the slips disappear, Craig McMillan's taken Lance Klusner for 4. Top edge, false shot, but full value.
That'll be a worry for Klusner. He bowled a couple of balls to the left-hander Fleming in the last over that climbed alarmingly as far as the batsman was concerned. That was a thickish edge, I guess. Beautifully struck. It wasn't a very good ball. It was round about leg stump, although Fleming was very quickly into position and he thumped it away past square leg.
Sneakingly suspicious. It's outside off. It was short. So Fleming in this mood can just jump on that length.
It's a slower ball again, and McMillan this time has given it plenty.
Back your batting order. They've got plenty to come. These are the shots they have to start manufacturing from every possible chance. Just stand and deliver, and got the placement right. He's been hitting the field a little bit, Craig McMillan. This time full step and crunch.
Well, he's going to look for 2 here, and we'll get more. I don't know that fielder was really putting in the big ones down there at third man. Perhaps he was unsighted by the direction of the stroke. It's 2 for 131. That was a good shot. I had a feeling that for a moment or 2, though, each leaving it to the other. Looked as though it was something that should have been stopped, and then they both hesitated for a fraction of a second. I think they're okay.
And Teeny just got one shoe in there.
It's gone into the gap. Alan Donald at third man. Well, this is where, as the 150 comes up, this is where Sean Pollard is hamstrung. He's contributed to it because he's obviously involved in the selection. Not having a spinner at the moment, New Zealand are able to pick up the runs pretty easily. Well caught. That's a very good catch. So Justin Kemp has got a wicket. Craig McMillan really not needing to do that. Flipped the ball in the air and it was well caught by Gibbs.
So I can only assume that Craig McMillan was trying to go over the man at mid-wicket here. It certainly wasn't the time to be playing this sort of shot. Just flicked the ball, just catchable height really, to Herschel Gibbs, and he doesn't drop too many. He certainly didn't drop that one, so that's the wicket that New Zealand could ill afford because they were going along very nicely. He's gone for 36, 3 for 152.
Well, Alan Donald is on at the river end, and I'd say that's predominantly because Chris Cairns is at the crease. He's at the non-striker's end, but I would think South Africa would see him as a very dangerous opponent at the moment. A chance there for Donald, a difficult one, but a chance all the same.
Alan Donald was just starting to peel away in his follow-through. That's what made it so difficult. Went low to his right. Just looking down at his fingers there. It may have hit right on the end of one of those fingers. Yeah, like the longest finger there, the middle finger. It hit. Certainly was a chance. Would have been a great catch, though.
Has sliced that one away very nicely into the gap between the outfielders. So he's off the mark with a boundary. It's 3 for 157.
Oh, that's gone through everything. That has stayed down, and he was very lucky to get away with that one. I think it looked as if it was going to, well, missed everything. And indeed died on the keeper as well. So two more byes, were they?
It's gone about bail height. I can't see any real problem there for Boucher, and he can't either once he's thought for a second about it. The fist thumping into the turf. It's just gone over the top of middle.
Oh, he's got that away. It's in the air, and that's it. He's hit it straight down his throat. Well, that's a big wicket, and none other than Lance Klusener has come in. Perhaps they got a little overconfident with him. He nonchalantly flicked it away. It was in the air for a long time, and the catch taken by Dippenhop.
It was a good catch because he picked it up very, very quickly. He was on the way straight away, and it went fast. He still had to take it round about waist height. Klusener not given to a great deal of celebration, but he'd be very happy to be back in the game again. It's 4 for 170.
Scott Styris is the new batsman. They tell me that he can hit them. Oh, and that's very lucky. Martini's got through him as well. Well, he's had absolutely no luck today. He really hasn't. Inside edge past the stumps for 4. Oh, he's bowled him out. He's clean bowled him. There we are. That's that little bit of pressure. Makhaya Natini is having a great day. Without him today, South Africa would be done and dusted. He really has bowled well. 8.5 overs, and now he's got 2 for 34. And, well, as these wickets start to fall, it looks as if this innings is taking similar shape to the one that the South Africans took. So there it is, 5 for 181. Chris Harris has played pretty well, full of experience, and very instrumental in the victory the other night for New Zealand. This is the sort of character that you'd like to come to the crease as long as he gets going. Once he's been out there for a little while, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He really has, and so they'll be depending on him now to steer them towards victory. Oh, that's well played, beautifully driven. Is this going to go for 4? Oh, well fielded. Mackenzie's on the boundary down there.
That's very good cricket. That's the sort of desperation fielding that's so necessary in a situation like this.
Oh, that's out. That's caught behind. Big Nick, I've got to go. You've got to go. Absolutely. Just for a second, I thought he wasn't going to get given out. Well, that was a huge edge through to the keeper. And would you believe it's Lance Klusener who's done it? He's having an incredible day. He really got smashed around when he bowled his first spell, and here he is now taking wickets.
But 2 of them now, and that has turned this match upside down. The South Africans right on top now, 6 for 183.
Adam Perore, another experienced Kiwi at the crease. Well, now they've really got a few problems, New Zealand.
It's got him, big shout. No, only from the bowler. No support from the keeper. There was a noise, probably the back thigh pad or the pants, but very good delivery. Seemed to be just a fraction quicker. A bit of angle in.
They're letting Klusener bowl at them. Instead of trying to invent something or do something, come at him. It's just playing from the crease. It's a nothing shot.
Another dot ball.
I just don't get this, to be perfectly honest. Played so well over here so far this summer, but if you're not going to be prepared to hit it yourself and just push around for ones, you cannot get out. You can't ask someone else with lesser ability, supposedly, to come out and smash the ball over the fence. This is one-day cricket. It's hit or miss.
That's a very good shot, but he's out. He hasn't gone far enough. And that, in the end, is a very good catch. And that's the end of Chris Harris. The straight looked okay early on, but there was another carry. Dippenaar does well.
He's in 2 minds when he plays the shot. That's why it's not really what you'd call a real go at the ball. He checks the shot. Never that confident about hitting it through the line. It's not a real meaty sort of a blow. It was just sort of a half hit. And that was a very good catch, running back. Dippenaar does well. Harris goes for 2, 7 for 192.
Daniel Vettori, always a fighter, always handy with the bat. It's a hit, there's a man down here, it's Kirsten. He's dropped one today. Will he drop this? No, he doesn't. Straight down his throat. Trying to clear the mid-off fieldsman. Kirsten takes the catch. It's 8 for 196.
Well, New Zealand are about to, well, it looks like, have their worst possible result, because they've still got to get another 9 runs to avoid South Africa getting a bonus point. Straight down the throat of Gary Kirsten. He's had one miss today. He was never going to miss that one. That was very simple. Tory, he goes second ball. And New Zealand are in deep strife at 8 for 196.
James Franklin, the new batsman, he's at the non-striker's end. And Perore on strike.
You've got to reassess things very carefully here because of the bonus point situation. The New Zealanders, they were clearly still going for the win when Vettori played this shot. Looking to clear Gary Kirsten at deep mid-off, who was about 20 metres in from the fence as it was. Ran around and took it very comfortably. Good safe catch.
That's gone. Big neck. Now they've got a chance. Now they'll know. One more wicket to get a bonus point if they missed it before 205.
Good piece of bowling, using the angle very well here, Alan Donald. And Boucher does pretty well here because this ball is dying. Franklin pushes forward. It's a slower ball. It goes down, and yes, he gets the gloves underneath. It was a good catch. Very good catch indeed. Good piece of bowling. And now Franklin's on his way for 2. 9 for 202.
Shane Bond, number 11, coming to the crease. John Perore. South Africa heading towards the top of the VB table after 3 games. And can they get a bonus point?
That's 2.
That would be a tremendous help later on. There's a little bit of an off-cutter there, rolled his fingers over it. It's gone for it, and there it is. They pick up 2. Surprisingly, Sean Pollock still had 4 or 5 men out in deep.
No worse days. The crowd has given Perore a very good ovation for those 2 runs because they know full well the situation. So it's only a 4-pointer. And now New Zealand might as well just throw all caution to the wind and pray.
High ball. Somebody's getting under it. It's going a long, long way. It's gone all the way. And that's what they needed. It's about 20 odd overs since they've hit a boundary. Like 1 boundary in the last 21 overs, now a 6.
Well, he copped some from Boucher, didn't he, Shane Bond, so he decided that at least I can have some sort of say back myself. His last over went for 19. That was the slower ball from Sean Pollock. And bowler to bowler, Bond picked it up.
It's a high ball this time. It could be caught. Charging in, falls safely. Just a single. Gives the fieldsman.
Yes, of course, no Adam Gilchrist for Australia. That would theoretically make some sort of difference. Ryan Campbell coming into the side. So Perore knew straight away it was going to land safely.
It's gone again. Man's backing back. He's over the rope. It's another 6. So the final ball for Pollock goes well over the rope. He's got none for 38 off 10. 15 off the over. Well played, Shade Bond. 9 for 225. He's whacked that down to mid-wicket, a miss-hit. They come back for 2. He's safely home. So after 50 overs, New Zealand chasing 258 and 9 for 231. So South Africa, led by Sean Pollock on screen, go to the top of the table. Good crowd in. Competitive match. One stage could have gone either way, but South Africa too good in the end. Played 2-1-2, they're on 8. New Zealand played 2-1-1 on 4, and Australia played 2, yet to score in the VB competition. So after Sean Pollock won the toss, they batted. And it was Kirsten and Gibbs, Dippenaar, and the end Boucher. They got 7 for 257 after 50. Good total, but not an unbeatable total on this good pitch. Franklin did well. All in all, it was just a steady bowling performance. They fielded well. Their ground fielding was pretty good after a sloppy start. And 258 was the target for New Zealand. Vincent got 23, Fleming 85, McMillan 36, Perore not out 21, Bond 17. After 50 overs, it was 9 for 231. In my mind, no doubt the star for South Africa with the ball was Natini. It was a wonderful spell, 10 overs, 2 for 36. It was hostile, about 135 Ks. It was online. He kept the pressure on. McDonald got 3, Kemp 2, and Klusner 2.